Before we get started, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Crystal Dunlap. I'm the junior and senior counselor here at Upper High School. And we have a pretty exciting night. We get to talk about free college, which usually brings a lot of smiles to people's faces. Just want to give you a little bit of an overview of the evening. Hopefully you all had a chance to sign in, and you should have two separate pieces of paper. One's a yellow sheet, which says intent to participate, and the other one is a white packet for CCP at USHS. Okay, so hopefully you have those two. If not, make sure you grab them before you leave. But just kind of an overview. In a few minutes, I'm going to turn it over to John Beard, who's a representative from Marion Technical College, just to give an overview on CCP in general. And then we will let the rep from University of Findlay, as well as Marion Tech, talk about the classes here that we offer. And then I will finish up with just some reminders about things specific to Upper Sandusky High School. When we're done, we're going to dismiss you, and then if you have individual questions, you can come up, ask me, ask any of our reps here, which I'll introduce in just a minute, and that way we'll kind of keep the flow of the evening pretty quick. So just to do some introductions, start out with Mrs. Cheney. She's our freshman sophomore counselor, so she's here to help as well. Again, John Beard from Marion Technical College. We have Justin Hardman from Owens Community College, Chris Harris from the University of Findlay, and Holly Jacobson is right here. She's our slide center. Okay. So John, I will turn it over to you.
Good afternoon. My name is John Beard. I'm the director of College Credit Plus for Marion Tech. And we kind of like just all of our institutions together, kind of like just to share some general information about College Credit Plus with you before we get into our individual specific schools. So Holly from Ohio State is going to be my slide adjuster here for tonight, so we'll be working together on this one. So basically, what is College Credit Plus? It covers all dual credit programs. So that could be where classes are offered here at your high school, classes are offered on a college campus or a university campus, classes are offered online, classes are taught here by your high school teachers even. Anything that's transcribed as both college credit and high school credit is counted as College Credit Plus. It is absolutely free of charge to the student, and like I said, it can be pretty much offered anywhere, and you can take any combination you would like of these types of courses. So as you're listening to our different institutions tonight, be thinking, you don't have to select just one. You may be enrolled in actually two institutions, sometimes maybe even three. That's kind of stretching it a little bit. But sometimes you'll have three institutions that you're working with here in just one district. One caveat to this is most people end up having their high school credit and college credit transcripted together. Okay, that's where the state of Ohio, your school district, and everybody has worked it out that that tuition is going to be paid for. On a few special circumstances, you may decide to elect to have college credit only. So you're attending the college classes, but you're only getting the college credit for it. The downside to this is you have to pay the bill. Okay, so the full tuition, the fees, etc. Why would somebody want to do that? Sometimes a valedictorian or a salutatorian get into a GPA issue where it actually benefits them to take the higher level classes at the high school versus some at the college. So if you think that would be you, make sure you talk to your guidance counselor about that. But for 99.9% of everyone sitting in this room, the regular College Credit Plus is going to be the way to go because the bill is paid for. A new caveat this year that's not included on the slides up here is College Credit Plus is now available in the summer semester, which means it's covered. In the past, it has not been. You had to pay the tuition for that if you choose to. However, check with all of our institutions here tonight for their deadlines and their dates if you're choosing summer. Also, we'll talk about an hour cap here in just a minute that you can't go over for the course of the year. So, who can participate in College Credit Plus? Well, it's opened by the legislation in the state of Ohio to be open to grades 7 through 12. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean every 7th or 8th grader is ready for College Credit Plus. It doesn't necessarily mean that every 11th and 12th grader is ready for College Credit Plus. So as you're listening to our different institutions speak tonight, make sure you're really paying attention to the college readiness guidelines that are established by each institution for their admissions procedures. The biggest thing, though, that you have to do if you want to take any College Credit Plus courses by next year is file that letter of intent with your school district by April 1st. I believe Mrs. Dunlap passed those out, yellow paper. They're on the yellow forms. Each student has to have a yellow form signed and returned to the guidance office by April 1st. There's no reason not to do this. If you're even thinking at all that sometime next year you want to attend a College Credit Plus course at any institution, Get that form filled out, get it signed, and return it to your guidance office by April 1st. If you fail to return that form to the guidance office by April 1st, the school district can and will not allow you to participate in College Credit Plus at all next year. Okay, but there's no penalty for filling it out, so get that done. Students must meet the admission criteria for each individual institution, so make sure you're paying attention to those as we speak tonight. And the student must be college ready. You know, what does college ready mean? Well, it can mean a number of things. How well does the student test on a nationally normed test like the ACT or the SAT? Sometimes it means how well do they test on an internal college test, such as for Marion Technical College or Ohio State or some of the other institutions that are here tonight. And also it talks about maturity level. Is the student ready to take the courses, and what have they already completed in their high school journey to get them ready for those courses. So, what does it cover? Everything. Okay, College Credit Plus basically covers every single part of the college tuition. It covers the books, it covers the fees for the institution, it covers the application fees, if there are any. Actually, we don't charge any for most of our schools. So there's no reason not to participate if you are ready. The biggest thing here is to make sure you understand it's really not free. Your high school is paying the bill for that. We'll touch base on that in a second. What it does not include, transportation. If you plan on coming to one of our campuses to take courses, there will not be a bus running from Upper Sandusky schools to our institutions. So you will need to provide your own transportation. If you're taking classes obviously here at your high school, that won't be necessary. Also other optional fees, I think Holly, one for Ohio State, and maybe some of the other institutions was maybe like a student athletic fee or something like that. I know each institution is kind of different. At Marion Tech, an example of that would be if you decide to take our state tested nursing assistance course, you can't purchase scrubs under this particular program. Okay, you have to purchase those yourself. So 99.9% of everything is covered. So what are the benefits for College Credit Plus? Like I said, it's free, but it's not really free to everyone. Your district is paying for this bill, so make sure you thank your school administrators, your guidance counselors, your principals, your boards of education, because they're the ones that are providing this opportunity for you. And I tell you, at Upper Sandusky, this is a huge opportunity. There's a lot for you all to do here at your high school. It's the opportunity to enroll in courses that are not available at your high school. You do get exposure to college faculty. I know for some of our institutions here, we bring faculty directly to the high school here for you. The biggest thing is easy transfer of credit. Okay, you've got 4 different institutions here tonight. Great thing is if you take psychology from one institution, chances are very good that it's going to transfer to each and every other institution that's here. If you take literature from one of their institutions, chances are good it's going to transfer among all of us. And that includes the state and the private schools in Ohio. We all have a very good working relationship with transfer policy. Now, if you're going to an out-of-state school, you need to work with that school. Okay, you're going to want to get with them, make sure that they're going to accept transfer credit, number 1, and plan the courses that you're going to take, because it can affect you. Do know that if you do take College Credit Plus, you are still eligible for freshman scholarships. Okay, you do not go into an institution of higher education after you get out of high school as a sophomore or a junior your first year. You're still considered that true first semester freshman. So you can get the scholarships, which I know at a lot of institutions are big dollars for a lot of people. So don't let that scare you off of College Credit Plus. It may have benefits for some upperclassmen. Depending on the institution you go to, you may get to do things like bring your car to campus when maybe a freshman couldn't, or you may get better housing opportunities while you're there. So we have to talk a little bit about the risks, just a couple slides here. Really, college coursework is more rigorous than high school coursework. So even if you're taking a course here at the high school offered by one of our faculty members, maybe it's a course offered here at the high school that's taught by one of the high school faculty members that's been authorized to teach that course, it is going to be college level work. Expect for every hour that you're in class to spend at least 2 hours outside of class studying for that. So that's very different than what you're probably used to. So a lot more rigor to it. It does impact your grade point average and possibly your class rank. So if you're at the top of your class, make sure you're selecting those courses that will benefit you the best. A low or non-passing grade in a College Credit Plus course will affect your rank in your high school. There's also a financial risk, okay, both before and after college, after high school. If you fail or withdraw from a course, from CCP. Your district will still be billed for the course, but in turn, your district will bill you for the course, and Upper Sandusky is doing that, correct? Okay, so they are participating in that, which can be multiple hundreds of dollars. I know for some of the upper limits, it's at $160 per credit hour, plus the cost of textbooks, and that could go up next year, or that course could vary depending on which institution you take it from. Also, financial risk when you get to college. Let's say you don't do so well in College Credit Plus, or you take a lot of hours and you end up at a community college and you need more courses to take. You could actually be dinged on your financial aid in college by doing that. It's called satisfactory academic progress. So make sure as you're working through your College Credit Plus career that you're really monitoring those things and talking to the people at our colleges about that, speaking with your guidance counselor about that, because we'll be more than happy to make sure you get through this process. A student may need to limit their involvement in sports or extracurricular activities, employment. You are in college while you're still in high school. So even though you might want to be in the marching band or be in football or basketball, most of the time that works. There are some times though when a student has to make a decision. Am I going to go to that campus and take those courses, or am I going to participate in these activities? So make sure you're sitting down with your families and really talking about that before you make the decision about College Credit Plus. So who should participate? Basically any student that has an interest beyond what's offered here at Upper Sandusky Schools. There's a lot of great programs here, but there's also a whole world of courses out there. Most of the time at our institutions, you can take any course that you want to. Maybe you want to explore a major. Maybe you know what your major is going to be and you're going to work directly toward that major. But really it needs to be an expansion of what your high school environment is. The student has to be college ready though. Basically using College Credit Plus to supplement the high school's course offerings. We look for students that have the time to take the courses. We look for students that have the maturity to take the courses. And also we look for students that have the dedication to devote to take our courses. Keep in mind with all of our courses that are offered, regardless of which institution it is, regardless of whether that course is offered at our schools, offered online, or offered here at Upper Sandusky, we do not alter the content of those courses for the delivery method. It is a college course. So make sure, as you're choosing courses for your students, make sure that the content that they're going to be receiving is appropriate for what you want them to hear as parents. Okay, well that's kind of the brief overview of College Credit Plus. Mrs. Dunlap, did you want to add anything to this part before we go into the college?
Nope. Go ahead. I'll wrap up here.
Sounds good. So now comes the point where we're going to kind of walk through the individual institutions here and let you know what our admissions criteria are and give you a little bit more information. So this is the Marion Tech side of things. Basically, if you're a current student, how many people in here are current students of Marion Technical College? Anyone? This is all new. A few, okay. If you are currently a student of Marion Technical College, you're going to come up tonight, you're going to pick up the blue blue packet over here. The very last page of that packet is called a participation form. Rip that off, fill it out, give it to Mrs. Dunlap, and she will make sure it comes back to me with a new transcript, and you're good to go. You don't have to do any testing, you don't have to do anything else. If you are a brand new student to Marion Technical College, you're going to take the blue admissions pack that you're going to get tonight, and you're going to complete the whole thing. Once you complete the whole thing, you turn it in to Mrs. Dunlap. She does the same thing with it and brings it back to me. The only thing is if you're a brand new student to Marion Technical College, you have to test college ready in reading. And you can do that on a variety of methods. You can take the ACT and score a 20 or higher on the reading portion, that sub-score of the ACT. You can come to Marion Tech and take the test that we call the Compass test and score 80% on that. That is a free test. You can schedule that with us. Or I believe I'll be coming up and testing. Okay, I'll be coming up and testing here at Upper sometime in the near future. And I'll bring a paper-based test that will also serve the same purpose. So if you're applying to Marion Tech this year, be listening for that date. But if you miss that date, you will need to visit our campus or you will need to take an ACT. Outside of that, with the school transcript and everything that's in the application packet, that'll be forwarded to us, and then we'll make an admissions decision for you. For Marion Tech, if you're at all interested in summer and you are not already a student of ours, you need to get your application in seriously next week. Okay, there's not much time to play with here. We start scheduling for summer March 7th, which is on Monday, and classes do fill fast. So you do need to get that in as soon as possible. If you are interested in summer, make sure your guidance counselor knows, because she will sit down and talk with you about the number of hours that you can take over the course of the year, and make sure you're not going to exceed your 30 semester hours that you're allotted. For autumn semester, all applications need to be in for Marion Tech by May 1st. Now that doesn't mean wait till April 25th to get it into your guidance counselor. If you're looking at Marion Tech, once again, it's all free to apply. There's no reason not to apply. There's no penalty if you decide not to come. So go ahead and get your applications in so we have them, and then we'll process them from there on out. Classes for summer begins June 6th, and classes for fall term at Marion Tech begins August 29th. If you do come to our campus, you'll pick up your books from the bookstore. If you have classes here on site with us, we'll bring those books actually to you. And then spring semester registration begins early November. So a couple things about choosing college classes. Here at Upper Sandusky High School, Marion Tech is very happy to offer a set of 12 semester hours of classes per year. So by the time you graduate from Upper, if you're in our program, you can actually graduate with 24 credit hours of courses by the time you leave Upper Sandusky without ever leaving. And that's just for Marion Tech. You're going to hear from Finley in a minute about the opportunities that you have here. So working even with 2 institutions here at Upper Sandusky, you can earn a lot of credits. Okay, so how do you select them? You need to select courses that will, like I said, benefit you. Okay, make sure you're taking some electives towards your degree. You know, if you get in a pinch where maybe you don't have, maybe one class kind of did you in, you don't have a really good GPA at that point in time, make sure you're selecting a course for the next semester that you know you're going to do well in to bring that GPA up before you graduate high school. And then at the Marion campus, we do have another night coming up, which is Wednesday, March 9th at 6 p.m. It's in our Health Technology Center. If you need further information, or if you know people that missed this night and want to come down to the campus, you're more than welcome to join us there. Okay? So to keep things moving, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to your University of Findlay rep, and he's going to talk a little bit about their program, and then Mrs. Dunlap will come up and take over from there. Okay?
Well, I don't get help, only thanks. I don't have any slides, it's fine. Good evening. All right, one more time. It's warm in here. Good evening. Thank you. My name is Chris Harris. I'm the Director of Admissions for the University of Findlay, and this is actually my first time out this year talking about College Credit Plus with all the new nuances that are out there. We have one of the largest dual enrollment programs in the state. We actually are in 65 different schools across the state, as far away as the eastern part of the state. We're over actually in Steubenville as well, offering courses. And we're one of the only 2 schools that are nationally accredited to do this. So we offer 4 classes here in the building, and what's really great about the 4 classes is that the faculty that are teaching those classes actually come to our campus in the summertime and get some professional development. That's part of what we do with your faculty. So when we say that this is college level work, we're not kidding. Okay, it's tough. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be. It's free for you guys, but it's not supposed to be easy as well. This is talking about your future. A couple things that I want to kind of point out that kind of goes along with the PowerPoint. Not all colleges, even in the state, will accept College Credit Plus credits. You need to be aware of that. Some of them, and I can use this example because we've talked to them a couple times. Case Western Reserve University will not accept College Credit Plus coursework if you needed that course for graduation. So if you take an English class with me, okay, here at the school, and you try to transfer that into Case Western's going to look at you and go say, no, that's double dipping, you can't do that. So when John talked about, you need to talk with those college admissions counselors about the College Credit Plus. It's very important when you guys are doing your application process. Okay, very, 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 very important to do that. The second thing I want to kind of point out is when you're looking at programs, anybody interested in programs like occupational therapy, physical therapy, athletic training, pharmacy, nursing, those kinds of classwork, when you go to college, the grade point average that you obtain while you are doing College Credit Plus means as much as your high school GPA does. Because we will request the transcript from that institution and we will bring that in. So right now, for some schools, we actually have a school over in Wayne County that actually work with 6 different colleges and universities. We request all 6 transcripts if that student happens to go to 6 of them. And we request all of those, and we look at those GPAs coming in from those college level courses. Because there's only a finite number of positions in occupational therapy and physical therapy, athletic training. There's competition out there. Okay, so if you're thinking about that, be thinking about how you guys go about doing this. It's a wonderful resource and it's a great thing, but it also can hurt you at the same time. Okay, so be very, very aware of that. Okay, so from the University of Inman perspective, and I've got information over here if you're interested, but we are teaching 4 classes this coming year. For seniors, we are teaching Chem 111, and we're also offering our English Composition, English 150. 2 wonderful courses that you can take. I don't like chemistry at all, trust me. But you can take those classes. And then for juniors and seniors, you guys can take our History 110 course, and we are adding an environmental course this year as well. So it's a really cool thing, and I'm pretty sure that Dr. Tim Murphy will be making a trip to campus here. We're actually inviting you guys to our all hazards area as well to kind of play with some of our equipment there as well. So it's going to be 4 great classes that we're going to offer again. And we absolutely love Upper Sandusky students. We have an Upper Sandusky student, and actually I was talking with her today. Her name's Allie Cox. If you guys know the Cox family, Allie is going to babysit our 120-pound, 9-month-old gold retriever while we go on spring break. So you thought I was going to say my son, didn't you? That's nice, right? So, but Allie's going to do that. So we absolutely love the Upper Sandusky students and the amount of education you guys get here because of where you're located, because of your great guidance counseling staff. Applications are due April 1st. Applications are due April 1st, so you guys need to get that filled out. It's online. I got all the information over there for you too. We will be coming to campus here to test for AccuPlacer. We have made the jump from Compass to AccuPlacer. So we will be doing that, but you can also take the ACT, and we have all that information over at the table, so I don't want to bore you anymore. Any questions? If you have particular things, please stop by the table, but we look forward to working with you guys again this coming year, and we'll see you guys on campus very soon.
Thank you, Chris and John. Okay, before we close, I want to go over a couple things in your packet. So if you can get out the white packet. There's been a lot of confusion over this, so I want to make sure I answer everybody's questions tonight. Something new for College Credit Plus, the state said. They will only pay for up to 30 credits. And there's some confusion because some people think, well, that's just college credits. No, that also includes your high school is part of that total. So I have an example here to kind of show you guys to hopefully explain this, because again, there's a lot of confusion over this. 30 in a year, including summer. So what I did was I just did a typical junior schedule, kind of your college prep schedule here. So you can see Advanced English 11, that's a normal high school class, so it's 1 credit of high school. There's 0 college credit attached to it, but there's 3 credits that go towards that 30. So even though that's not a college class, that still goes towards your 30 that the state will not allow you to go over. Okay. And then I just kind of, one of the examples of our college classes here, I put in college environmental science. You get 1 high school credit for that. You get 3 college credits for that, and that equals 3 of those state total credits. Okay. The reason this comes into play a lot of times is for rank. We get a lot of questions about rank. Summer classes, regardless if it's college credit, credit recovery, whatever it is, summer classes at Upper Sandusky High School do not count toward rank. Okay. So you can take college credit during the summer, that's no problem, but those classes will not go towards your rank. It will go towards your GPA, just not rank. So the way that can maybe come into play for kids in the top 10, top 20, if you take classes over the summer, that counts towards your total 30. So during the school year, that may take away from those higher level quality point college classes that you can take. So just keep in mind again, we only take your school year classes towards rank, 8 classes a semester. So that's why I just wanted to give you 2 examples of junior year, senior year. I know a lot of kids take, in the top 10, top 20, take the senior year schedule, and I want to point out a major difference for next year. If you are a senior and you're looking at these classes, you'll note, if you look at the very bottom of this page, it says 1 MTC class in the spring. In the past, kids used to take 2 MTC classes in the spring. But if they were to take 2 in the spring, they would go over their 30, which is not allowed. Okay? So they will have to drop something, seniors, second semester, if they're taking these classes. I can help any of you with that if you have questions. I know that's kind of confusing, but I just wanted to make sure, I want to point that out because that's something new for College Credit Plus, so you cannot go over your 30 hours. Questions about that? Okay, let's move on to the back of that page. In the middle, it lists those classes that we offer at Upper Sandusky High School. We have 4 from the University of Findlay and 4 from Marion Tech next year. We will fill those spots with highest GPA first, and upperclassmen have first priority. So just for as many spots as we have available, upperclassmen, highest GPAs go first. Okay. Also, if you are planning on taking any of these classes listed in the middle of this page, your applications, forms, everything have to be in by April 1st. I know Marion Tech has a little bit later deadline for their classes on campus online, but for these here, those forms have to be in by April 1st. University of Findlay is April 1st across the board, but those 2 universities, if you're taking them here, we have to have everything in by April 1st. Okay. All right, on the next page, again, just a couple things about quality points. You'll see that at the top of the page. Quality points pertain to rank. Next year we have a change. All College Credit Plus courses will have a quality point value of 1.4. In the past, 2-year colleges used to have a quality point value of 1.2. 4-year colleges used to have 1.4. Now it's all equal. 1.4 across the board. That was a new state change. So any College Credit Plus will be given our highest quality points that we give out, regardless of where you get the credit from. A little bit about the cost of College Credit Plus. The only time you will be charged tuition is if you are taking the University of Findlay classes here. Not University of Findlay on campus, not University of Findlay online, University of Findlay classes here. So that College Chem, College Comp, College Environmental Science, but it's small. It's only $10 a credit hour. So I just want to make sure we cover that in there. And it'll go towards class fees, that kind of thing. And lastly, I just want to talk one more time about repayment charges, just kind of in the middle of that page. So if a student should fail a class, withdraw after the deadline, or maybe stop attending, anytime that they fail a class or withdraw too late, they will get charged the full course amount. Okay, lastly, before you turn in this yellow sheet, please make sure you read through the white packet and the back of the yellow sheet. Because when you sign this, it's saying you knew everything that we just talked about. So I think we covered most everything in the meeting, but I just want to make sure you guys read the white packets and the back of the yellow. And feel free to ask me questions, Mrs. Cheney questions. We're here to help. Okay? So at this time, I want to give our admission reps a round of applause. And if you need to pick up forms from any of the reps, just feel free to come over after the meeting.